Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us. All right. I'm going to find and see if we are officially live. It's not, of course, seeing me here. All right, let's go out. And we'll come back in. See if we're there. There it is. All right, now we're just going to share with our groups really quick. Let's see. We want our VIPs and the team. Okay, I think we are official. Everything's shared. Maybe. Okay, there we are. All right, we're official. Oh, welcome, welcome. If you are here, go ahead and say hello so we know you are here. We have a lot of new friends here on our page. So hopefully you're coming to join us for the live. Got some beautiful cards here. Hopefully the storms are going to settle down and we don't lose power. Our lights flickered once, and we've had a couple of storms blow through. One of them was pretty close and a little scary there for a minute. Tucker's staying real close to Mama because Tucker does not like storms. So he's here, but he's down here in his little bed staying close. All right, I'm going to switch the camera over. There we go. We'll get our housekeeping things going, and then we are going to go ahead and get started. So again, welcome to all of our new friends. Just a few things. Our Designer Series paper sale is continuing. This is all of the Designer Series paper found in our annual catalog. The sale is on until the 31st of August, and that is a 15% discount on those papers. So if there's any papers you've had your eye on, now is the time to go ahead and grab those gorgeous papers, because again, this is the time you can actually save on them. And again, that's a 15% discount if you are looking into that. Also, back in July, we had some online exclusives drop. It did cover Christmas, Halloween, fall season, all kinds of amazing product in the online exclusives. So if you go to my online store, you will find all of those. Again, beautiful product. This is just a little snapshot of what's out there. So definitely please go look at those. You will fall in love. And then, of course, Paper Pumpkin. That is our subscription service. That is basically crafting in a box that comes live to you in your mailbox every month. It is a surprise. Oh, hey, Sherry. So glad you could join. We are in the September subscription period. The August kit just arrived. I haven't even actually had a chance to open it. Mine arrived on Saturday. And if you've been following along with my story here, this whole week has been a little insane. And I did end up going into work for a few hours Saturday. Yeah, so I didn't get the chance to open my paper pumpkin, but I will tell you it will be fabulous. But now we are in that September subscription period. All three kits, July, August, September, all coordinate with these add-on dies, which are available to add on to your subscription. It's just a one-time purchase. Oh, hey, Sue. Glad you could make it. Beautiful little dies that coordinate with all three kits. But the September subscription period is open until September 10th. And then that'll ship out about the 11th or 12th, and it takes about 7 days to arrive. And then we'll be finding out some little clues about the next quarter, and we'll see what the dies are for that one. The other thing is September 6th, our mini catalog goes live. I cannot show you the inside of these pages, but if you were here last week, you saw a sneak peek of some of the things that I was able to purchase and show you. And I'll tell you what, there's some amazingness in here. If you have been with me for a while, you have a catalog on the way. They're actually even starting to pour in. I actually got mine because I send one to myself so that I kind of have an idea of when they're kind of clicking in. So you should be receiving your catalogs anytime. But I will tell you what's between these pages is fantastic. Okay. Get this out of the way. There you go. There. Tonight, we are focusing on the sketched butterflies bundle. This set is so beautiful. There are so many things you can do with it. And then there's the dies. We're going to be playing with those. So it's a whole bundle. And it's so much fun. And I'll show you the cards that we are going to make tonight. Get this out of the way. We are making card number 1. This is wishing you a beautiful birthday. Then we have card number 2, which is a thank you card, because Lord knows we all need thank you cards. This one opens up and down. I did not put my insides in yet, but that will get done. And then card number 3 is a thinking of you, and that uses 2 of the die cut butterflies. And I will show you the designer series paper that I am featuring in this tonight's projects. It is, oh, you're okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. Lay back down. You're fine. It's the Country Lace paper. This is part of the discounted paper sale, so you can save 15% on this right now. It's called Country Lace, and you'll find it in your annual catalog on page 51. But there's some beautiful patterns. The primary colors are Smoky Slate, Misty Moonlight, and I think Petal Pink. Yes, Petal Pink. So those are your coordinating colors. I focused more on the Smoky Slate and the Misty Moonlight. I did try to keep things really simple. We only used 2 ink pads for the whole stamping. So that was way down here. Misty Moonlight and some Memento Black. And then I used a couple of markers while we were doing some coloring. I have the Smoky Slate Light, and then I have Misty Moonlight Light, and I'm using Boho Blue Light. So those are the markers we'll be using tonight. 2 ink pads. And cardstock, I only used a couple of sheets of Smoky Slate and some Misty Moonlight. And then all of the designer series paper came from that Country Lace. So, again, kept things very, very simple. So we didn't have a lot of expense in 3 cards. All right, let me get my stamps ready here. And I think we are good. Okay, so we're going to start with card number 1. And for this one, I have a Smoky Slate card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of our Country Lace Designer Series paper, and this measures 3 3/4 by 5. And then this piece of basic white is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Oh, you're getting the storms too, Sherry? It is beautiful paper, Sue, 100%. Oh, good, Sherry, you got your catalog. Glad to hear it. Hey, Arlene, so glad you could make it. All right, so get my phone folder. We're going to fold our card on our score line. We want to make sure everything lines up nicely. And then we'll go ahead and press out that fold. Okay, next we're going to take our pretty designer paper here. I got my coffee. Oh, where is my, there it is. I need my seal plus all of my pieces. I got myself boxed in here pretty tight, so bear with me. All right, so we're going to take our designer series paper and we're going to go ahead and add our adhesive. Now for this, I want this a little angled, so it's a little bit cattywampus, not severe, but a little bit. So we're just gonna, that looks pretty good, I think. Put it down. Okay. Now we have our basic white piece, and I have the big butterfly that's part of our stamp set. This is the big one. And I'm going to take my basic, or my Memento Black. We're going to go ahead and ink that little butterfly up. And we're using Memento because we are using our blends to color them in. Okay. And I'm going to stamp that right there. And that looks pretty good. Clean off our stamp because we will be using him again. All right. Next, I've got the wishing you a beautiful birthday. And we're going to stamp that in Memento. Oh my God. Misty Moonlight. Goodness gracious. I do know my colors, honest. So we're just going to ink that up nice. And that's going to go right underneath our butterfly, like so. All right. Oh, hey, sis. Glad you could join us. All right, so there's our birthday stamped. Now we're just going to grab our blends and do a little bit of not fancy coloring. For this one, I'm using the Boho Blue Light and the Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight Light. So I'm not using any of the dark markers. They're all light. So we're starting with the light. And I'm just going to color him in. And then just going to go ahead and fill in this wing. Just going to flood some color in. If I have any little bits of white, that's okay. Just adds a little bit of extra interest in there. All right, so now we're going to take that Misty Moonlight and along the edge of his body there. And then along this edge. Bring that out. Now we're going to go back with that light boho blue and right back into that dark color. We're going to pull that out. And that's how you kind of blend it. And you'll get a little bit lighter at the edges here. And now we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Bruce is downstairs. He's been cooking on the grill. We had an early dinner, but because the grill was going and hot, he decided he was going to cook a few other things. And I thought for sure Tucker would want to be down there because there was food. And the storm has him so upset that he's not leaving my side even for food. He's such a baby. Oh, you're such a mama's boy. All right, back to that light Misty Moonlight. We're going to go again to the edge of these wings. Pull some of that color in. And then back to the light boho blue. And pull that dark color in so we get some blending. Okay, there's our butterfly. So now, I did. We need our dimensionals. So we're going to add one to the middle. I know, Sue. He's just a sad little boy when it comes to storms. So bad even food can't distract him. Pull all these little backers off. Okay, so now we're going to bring our card base back in. Now this piece we're going to put on straight, or I should say as straight as possible, because, well, you know, I can't see after, I guess I can't see after 7 o'clock anymore. They're on your lap now, Sherry. I'm glad I'm not the only one with a scaredy cat. Okay, now to embellish this, I'm using the Tinsel Gems 3-pack, and I'm using this blue because, well, it's Misty Moonlight. And we need our take your pick. So we're going to take a little one, and then a larger one, and another larger one. Oop. Maybe. And that's going to go right there. And that, my friends, is how you make a really quick, simple, and easy birthday card. Nothing fancy. Okay, we are moving right along. We're cooking on to card number 2. I think this one might possibly be my favorite. And this one uses Misty Moonlight for our card base. This is cut 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line. Make sure everything lines up nicely. And then we'll use our bone folder to press out that score. Then I have a piece of the cottage lace, I said? Country lace. This is the country lace designer series paper. This one's cut 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to put this right on our card base. And that goes right here like so. So there's that. Then I have a piece of the Misty Moonlight that measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And I have another piece of the designer series paper. This is 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. And that's going to layer on here like so. So basically this goes end to end. It matches up, but you have a little bit of a border on the top and bottom. So it just lines up like so. So we're going to go ahead add this. Like I said, end to end, it lines right up with a little top and bottom border. Let's try to get that up there straight. There we go. So there's your centerpiece. And then we're just going to add our adhesive. And this goes down right here in the center of the card. And again, we're just eyeballing it. We're not getting crazy. Just get it on there so everything lines up. Okay. Next, I have another piece of smoky slate. This measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of basic white that's 3 by 4. So we're going to go ahead and take our 3 by 4 piece. And I want to get my Misty Moonlight. And I need my thank you. And that's going to go right about there. Not too bad. Aww. I know, they're sad little babies when it comes to storms. They just don't like it. They don't understand what's happening, and they're not amused. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take our adhesive. We're going to go ahead and add that to its backing piece here. So we're going to go ahead. So right there. All right. And we can go ahead and add some dimensionals to this as well. Peel these up. And this goes right over the top of that. Centered as best you can. And that looks good. Now, we need to bring in our best buddy, the Baby Boss. I have another scrap piece of the smoky slate. Let's bring your plates in here. We have our smoky slate. And I have these butterflies. They're all connected. So we get all 3 butterflies with one pass. And they remain connected. They don't become disconnected when you run it through. So I'm just going to run that through. I should have brought the brushy tool over. But that's all right. We'll just make do without the brush. This goes into the scrap pile. And we'll just poke these out because I didn't think to bring the brush piece over. from my Take Your Pick tool to brush out all these little pieces. But, I mean, you can leave these little pieces in and it would be just fine. But I think the lacy look makes the card having all the little pieces out of it. So my little public service announcement for everybody too is just know COVID is alive and well. So do definitely take precautions to protect yourself. My staff is dropping out of work fast and furious, testing positive with COVID. Our residents are now have popped positive. A lot of them. We have like 9 residents that are positive. Even though we've taken all sorts of precautions. It's rampant out there right now. I don't know. It's like it's trying to beat the flu before flu season comes. I don't know. But it's growing fast and furious for whatever reason. I'm told there's a new vaccine coming in the fall, but it's not waiting for that in the fall. So I don't know. I mean, no one's gotten too ridiculously sick with it, but they're definitely feel pretty bad. All right, we're just going to shove those over there. Okay, so now we have our little butterfly free of their little thing. See how pretty that lacy look is? Love it. Okay, next we do need glue dots. And we're going to put a glue dot right behind this little butterfly. And behind this butterfly on the top. The middle butterfly does not require any adhesive. As long as we have a glue dot on the top and bottom, we are cooking. So now this is going to go here like so. And then we're going to bring in some pretty rhinestones. Because, listen, everything sparkles with rhinestones, and we love sparkle. All right, where's that Take Your Pick tool? So, first, we're just going to put a couple right on these little guys because, well, they just needed extra sparkle, in my opinion. Then we're going to add another one in here. We're going to do, let's do the bigger one up here. And then we'll do a medium right here. You might think that was a little overkill with the sparkle, but I can't help it. I felt like it just needed the extra sparkle because these butterflies deserve to sparkle. This is my favorite one, Sue, of all of them. And there. See that sparkle? Love it. Exactly, Arlene. Never too much bling. Never, never. So there's card number 2. We're cruising now. We're up to card number 3, which is thinking of you. Let's get all that out of the way. All right. So for this card, we're still using all of the same stuff. So again, this is a really inexpensive class. Okay. We're going to fold. This one's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to go ahead and fold down that score line, make sure everything lines up nicely. And then just press that out. And we're good. Okay, next, I have a piece of designer series paper. This is still the same country lace, and it measures 5.5, because it's going the full length, by 2 1/4. So this goes across the full length of this card base. So we're going to go ahead, add our adhesive, and Bruce just went back out to the grill, and Tucker is still staying close to Mama. He is not moving a muscle. So we want to try to get in the center here, and there it goes, just like so. Okay, next I have a piece of Misty Moonlight. Now this measures 3.5 by 4 3/4. So this measures 3 1/4 by 4.5. And that's going to layer on that Misty Moonlight just like so. Okay. But we're first going to do our stamping of our Thinking of You. So we're going to find our Thinking of You. And we need our Misty Moonlight. So that's going to go down here in the corner. Let's make sure that looks about right. So there's Thinking of You. Clean this off. Close that up for a minute. And we can go ahead and add our adhesive. And all right. Dimensionals. Well, thanks, sis. I'm glad you like them. Okay. Now this is just going to go right here in the center. Ish. Okay. Now I have a scrap of basic white. And we need our big butterfly again. I'm using, this time I'm going ahead with the Misty Moonlight. So we're not doing a whole lot of coloring on this one. We're letting the Misty Moonlight stand alone. There we go. Now this, we're going to stamp right here. Let's do it a little bit. So there's our pretty butterfly. Then we need the other little butterfly. We're going to ink him up. He's going to go right there. All right, we need the smoky slate light. And for this, all I'm going to do just color in a few little spots here and there. And then here. And then this one. And I did a couple little there we go. And that's it. The end of the coloring right there. Okay, so then we need our little dies. We're going to get everything all lined up. Like so. And then we need, whoop, there we go. There. Okay. Now this one, you got to look through. There's like little holes. I don't know if you can see those little holes in the die right there. There you go. You can see them. I use those holes and kind of look through them to make sure I grab those antennae. When I die cut, make sure they're lined up in there. Oop. Well, not like that for sure. Okay, and then that all looks good. And how about this side? Yep, looks pretty good too. So we're going to go ahead, move this out of the way for just a minute. Grab our baby boss plates. Oh, have a good night there, Sherry. Sorry you couldn't stay. Okay. Gonna run this through. Just like so. And now we will have pretty little die cut butterflies here. There's one. And there's number 2. These over here. All right, so now we're getting back our card base. We need our butterflies. Oh, Tucker's going to brave it to go find out what's for dinner. Oh, he's something. All right, so now we just want to add a couple of dimensionals to our big butterfly here. And he's going to go right about there. And then we have our little guy here. He only, well, you know what? Let's do 2. Dimensionals are cheap. sure he's going to be on there nice and secure. And he is going to go on just like that. Okay. Next, again, got to have bling. So we're bringing in bubbling. So we have our pretty rhinestones. I'm going to do a small one up here in that corner, a larger one down here in that empty space, and then maybe a medium-sized one down here in that space. And we now have a pretty butterfly. Thinking of you. Thank you, sis. All right. So recap. Let me get this out of the way. So we have our pretty butterflies here. We're going to get those cleaned up after. We have our thank you. And then, of course, we have wishing you a beautiful birthday. And if you read my Facebook post, I said I had a little surprise-ish going tonight if you waited to the end of the video. And tonight's surprise is normally I will send a card kit for a $35 order. For this week, for this card kit, it's a $25 order. And you will get all 3 cards, the kits sent to you. Of course, you can use whatever butterfly set you have, because I know most of you probably have some sort of a butterfly set. I will die cut this particular butterfly for you. Everything else, you'll just use what you have on hand. But I will send you the designer series paper, all pre-cut, the cardstock, all pre-cut, and all ready to go. So you just use the current host code, which is part of this video in the description, and place an order, let's say by Saturday of next week. I will send this card kit out to you. And I'm just thinking that's for $25 order. If you double your order to a $50 order, I'll double your card kits. You'll get enough to make 2 cards, just like I did. So that's my surprise. So if you'd like to make these, you don't already have everything at home, I will send it to you. Well, thank you for the hearts, ladies. I really appreciate that very much. I hope you enjoyed these cards. If nothing else, they were fun to make. I love this butterfly set. It is very versatile, and there's so many other ideas to use this set for. I didn't even dust it off really well. But anywho, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, an even better week ahead. I'm hoping things slow down for us because, oh my goodness, COVID is trying to, without me even having it, trying to kill me. But anyway, it's all good. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your week, and I will, God willing, see you next Sunday. Bye for now.